Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He is the journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
Oh, I'm super enthusiastic. You know why?
Why
Because we've
is
had
that?
some rain. It means the bees are not out.
Yes, we're not getting dive bombed by the swarm of bees that live around our house.
Goodness.
Now again, we've talked about these bees before. They're not necessarily like honeybees
No, they're
or
not trying to
trying to
sting
really
you or-
attack us, but they're just hovering right around our eyesight. So it's really distracting at times when we're trying to do the show.
You know what else it is? I'm excited about. I'm enthusiatic. It's Throwback Thursday.
It is
Let me hit you with
Throwback
my
Thursday. Yeah,
my
she is
jersey.
rocking the retro throwback Hot
my Hot
1077
jersey.
and 97.3 All-Star jersey. It is
Correct.
Throwback Thursday. We're really excited. It's my
That's a
favorite
great
day of the
throwback.
week. Yes,
There's
I'm
some
not
people who
rocking
know what
anything
that
throwback necessarily, but you are definitely
I'm
rocking it
repping
for the both of us.
Because this was your childhood.
Yes,
too.
it was. It was a great time of our lives, and so we definitely want to represent Throwback Thursday
It's
today.
time to throw it back.
So you're rocking the great throwback jersey, and
this says right here on my
what does that say?
It says Goddess.
Goddess.
Okay,
You know,
let's
hey,
move on.
that's awesome. Hey, you know what? You're right. Okay, so we've got some week in sports news updates that we want to give you. Okay, we got the NHL that is right now in the really the heat. You can't really say heat when it's ice in hockey, but in the thick of things right now in their playoffs. We also have Matt Harvey and the MLB and kind of what's been going on there. Some drama going on there.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk quickly about the NBA playoffs and kind of where things are at right now as we're nearing the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
We
And
also
so,
the Kentucky Derby. Like people think
Yes.
that May and June is a slow sports time. It really isn't.
right.
There's
It's
always something
because
going
it's
on.
spring sports for the
Right,
most part. And so,
right.
yeah, you always have the Kentucky Derby, and there's a lot of playoff series taking place. And so we just want to give you some updates,
time
really.
for the updates.
Yeah,
People need to know what's going
yeah,
on.
so let's go ahead and start with Matt
All right.
Harvey. He's been dubbed as the Dark Knight. I know we talk about the Dark Knight
the
as
Dark
being
Knight is Draymond Green.
but Harvey Dent, if you are a Batman fan,
Right.
Harvey Dent, Matt Harvey, and then he's in New York, even though it's really Chicago
I
for
know,
what
it's-
the
for
city
Chicago.
of the parallel is.
Listen, the sports
But-
writers gave him that name.
Yes.
And it's BS.
And so, and especially because when we played the Mets in 2015, Royal speaking, we
Yes.
chopped them up.
We the
So,
Royals.
yes. Anyways, Matt Harvey has been in the headlines lately because of his antics off the baseball field. And that's for things like not showing up to team meetings, showing late or not showing up for batting practice or warm-ups and things like that. Right now, as this season has been taking place, he's 2-2 as a starter. His ERA is 5.14, which is not that great. 35 innings pitched right now. And he's just not really at the top of his game like we've seen in the past. And so people are wondering what's going on with Matt Harvey. Well, he's kind of had a checkered past a little bit as far as his accountability to what he's doing in his nightlife and things like that, really being a professional
Little
with his
Dustin
friends.
Johnson-esque.
A little bit of Dustin Johnson in the golf world. There's a little bit of parallels in that when it comes to handling himself appropriately. Well, he's been missing things. And like I said, it's been missing team meetings and team workouts and things like that. And so basically they had to send security to his household because
funny,
he
but it
was
is.
not there for one of the games, or he wasn't there. They want the teams to be there. If in any sport,
Right,
you want to
right.
be there a couple hours early. They got film or whatever you're doing, whatever sports you're there. You're not going to show up 20 minutes before the game.
Right. You gotta be there
You got warm ups.
gotta be
You're
there
pro.
2, 3,
There's a
4 hours
schedule.
beforehand.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Well, he wasn't there for none of that, and so the Mets finally were like, hey, go send Jim and Joe to go knock on his door and find out what was going on. Well, he did text his pitching coach and say, hey, because the pitching coach texted him, was like, where you at? He's like, hey, I'm not coming in. I got a migraine. So they said, well, let's go check on him to make sure he's okay. He was at his house. He just was not there, or he wasn't at the stadium.
He wasn't going to work.
So he decided, I'm not going in today. And the rumors are that he was out with his buddies golfing the morning of the game, but he was out the night before, turning up and doing things he probably shouldn't have been doing.
Why has he got to be turning up?
Because that's
though?
that's the only reason why he wouldn't be there at the game. So he didn't show up at the stadium because he was
You know what I don't understand?
feeling a little too tired.
Why is it that when people go out and turn up, they always want to go play golf the next day?
Right.
I mean, always. You
Yes.
go to a bachelor party.
Yep.
Hey, we're going out all night
Like,
Friday. I got a tea time at 9 a.m. You know you're not going to
And
make
as
it.
strenuous and as such a mental game as golf is, you would think you want to be as fresh as possible.
No, they go out to the golf
You
course.
get 2 hours of sleep.
Peeing behind the tree.
Yeah.
Whacking down the beer cart.
Yeah.
And everybody's bogeying
Doing
every hole.
shotguns from the beer cans and triple bogeys because no one can see where the hole is.
Apparently that migraine was he got out on the golf course in the morning and realized there is no way I'm going to
I got a 6 o'clock start. I can't do it. Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know if he was scheduled to start the game that night, but
I think he was supposed to
be
there.
You still have to be there, exactly. And it wasn't a family emergency or anything. He just
the guy's not making $12 an hour. You are paid to show up to the ballpark.
Exactly. Well, anyway, so that's what's going on there. I'm sure everything will be just fine.
Well, I'm going to say this. He did a good apology. He didn't have it written. He sat in front of the cameras. I'm sorry.
Everybody's sorry when they get their nose. All animals are sorry when they know the nose and the poo poo. Yeah. Everybody knows that you're sorry when you get caught doing something you were supposed to do.
Apology.
Right. Okay. Well, again, it's a long baseball season. He'll be fine. There's a lot more to go from here on out.
I think he's got 30 strikeouts so far.
Yeah. So he's doing well.
He's doing all right.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the NHL quickly as they are. Yeah, we don't do a ton of hockey, but it's the playoffs and it's heating up. We talk about the All-Star break when it comes to that because it's really fun. They do a great job with that.
All-Star breaks.
Right. Well, okay, let's talk about the big series that everyone was talking about, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals. The two All-Stars for both of those teams. You got Alex Ovechkin, who has been in the league for a long time. He's a captain, but he's kind of been in the news for not really being a starter. They've kind of moved him to the second rotation off the bench, and so that's been some big news. Wondering, is he past his prime? And then you got Sidney Crosby for the Penguins, who has literally been documented with like 8 or 9 different concussions.
His nickname is Mr. Concussion.
I mean, seriously, everyone talks.
It's funny. I actually shouldn't even say
no, but it's
really
I mean, he wasn't even sure if he was going to be able to play this season because of the concussions he had last year, and so everyone talks about how bad football is. Well, I can say that hockey is in the exact same conversation.
The problem is hockey hasn't gotten in trouble with the CTE yet. But it's coming,
and it's not the same money maker as the NFL and what football brings. But anyway, Anyways, as far as the series goes between those two teams, the Capitals are now done. The Penguins won the series 4-3, and they are moving on. And now we do have the Anaheim Ducks and the Oilers, and that was a decent series as well.
It went to a Game 7 too.
Game
Both
7,
7-game series.
4-3. We got the the Predators and the Anaheim Ducks will be playing in that series as the Predators and the Senators wrapped up that series as well. And so, it's going to be a good way to get in and watch what's going on.
So I think, if I'm right, the Western Conference Finals,
the
conference finals are the Nashville Predators versus the Anaheim Ducks. And then the eastern side of it is the Ottawa Senators versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Well, you know what I like about it? There's 3 American teams in the final.
Exactly.
Because I think Canadians.
And there are some Canadian teams that play in the NHL, so it's always kind of nice.
The Oilers are from Edmonton.
Yeah, exactly. So and then the Senators are from Ottawa. So there are some
Canadian
teams.
Team and 3 American teams.
Right.
So even if you don't like hockey, get in there, root for USA.
Okay,
we
still got more playoff talk. We're talking about the NBA as we wrap up the show here. The Boston Celtics blew out the Washington Wizards last night. It is now 3-2.
Blowout.
It's a blowout. We'll see what happens on the Game 6 as we continue to get there. Yes. And then we've got the Spurs, who won in overtime over the Houston Rockets. What are your quick thoughts on that Houston Rockets and the Spurs game?
Well, first of all,
that was an interesting game.
It was really good. Popovich was showing his behind.
Oh, my gosh.
Then James Harden, who everybody was their number 2 MVP or should have been the MVP, got swatted from behind. Well, really, it's a strip. It wasn't a swat. But he got stripped from behind by 39-year-old Manu Ginobili.
Yes.
I could see Ginobili's bald spot. And it was a clean
And Ginobili was balling out. He was throwing one-handed dunks. He was doing takes to the lane like he was still in his early 20s.
And just on the other side, but the Celtics and Wizards are driving me crazy.
It is.
Every time one of them's at home, they just play terrible, or away from on the road, they play terrible.
Yes.
The Wizards went out 123-101.
Basically, each team is holding home court, but it's just terrible to watch because one team's going to kill it when they're at home, and then they're going to blow it when they're on the road.
And at least the Rockets and Spurs went to OT and fight it out.
Well, there's a lot more to be said for the playoffs as we're trying to see who's going to wrap it up, and we still got the Cavs and Warriors waiting to see. So
that's true.
Hey, it'll be interesting.
We got hockey, we got baseball, we got basketball.
it's just that time. Yeah, exactly. The rookie mini camps just wrapped up, so hey,
always something to talk about.
Well, we want to say we appreciate your time, and we're going to continue to give you more updates as the playoffs are continuing, and we want to say we'll see you next time, folks.